So last time I left you with this competitor analysis on the entrepreneurial finance model. Now we're going to talk about customer acquisition costs, the second tab of the spreadsheet. An incredibly important thing for you guys to understand. How much is it costing you to acquire a new customer? Let me repeat that. Customer acquisition costs, CAC. How much does it cost your business to bring in a new customer? So I want you to consider this spreadsheet as the repository for all of your different marketing efforts. And I've tried to include as many as I could think of here. And if there's others that you would like to put in, feel free to rename some of these categories that I've clicked on other over here and rename it. If there's other in the internet section, the digital section, put them here. If there's other in traditional advertising, put them down here. But here's the various channels: your own website, Google search terms, Bing, Facebook ads, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, you can see, and then more of the traditional advertising approaches, the non-digital approaches, traditional mailing. Are you sending mailing out? Value packs. These are these coupons that come sporadically once a month or so to people's mailboxes. You can add in there billboards, radio, television, anything else that you might do. I want you to add it here, and then I want you to tell me a little bit about it. Just a brief summary about what the ad is, what Google search terms are you looking at, where is the Facebook ad located, those sort of things. And then this next section, the next thing to fill out is how many folks are going to see that ad. For example, for Facebook, you're going to do, if you do a Facebook ad, you'll be able in the process of the ad to see what the targeted number of folks will be. How many people will see it, right? If you refine your ad, and remember it's all about the target market, so if you really refine that ad and get it nailed down to a really smaller subset, a really nice tight targeted market, it'll show you how many folks will potentially see that. All of these different customer or these marketing channels, I want you to consider how many folks. You'll be able to get some sense of how many folks your ad will get in front of. The value pack, for example, you can find when you put a coupon in a value pack, they will tell you how many households will receive the mail, right? So you'll add your customer exposure there. CTR, this is a click-through rate. Down here in the notes, you can see I have some information on all of this stuff if you have questions. What is the average click-through rate? Every industry, every company has a different, has something different. And so you'll need to do some research. They may provide you with some of that. But I've added the averages. The average click-through rate, if you see down here, across all industries for a search ad is 1.91% and 0.35 for a display ad. So that means if you put up a search ad, on average, 1.91% of the people will actually click on it, of the folks exposed, right? If the folks exposed to it, 1.91% will click on it. The conversion rate of those folks, how many will be converted to a customer? Again, down here, the average CVR, conversion rate, across all industries is 2.35. So you'll find your click-through rate and your conversion rate for each one of these. It will then calculate based on that. It will look at how many of your customers are exposed to your ad, what your conversion rate is, and it'll determine how many new customers you are likely to gain through this advertising medium. And don't worry, I'm going to do some examples here to walk this through. So that's how many customers we acquire. Now, how much does it cost us? This is the cost per click that you're all familiar with. Cost per click. On average, again, this really varies based on industry and based on the medium. But the average cost per click for Google is $2.32, Facebook $1.72. I've even found some nice handy charts over here to show you kind of by industry if you wanted to target that a bit more. So what did we say? Google was $2.32 on average, is right around here. Some industries, dating and personal, you can see that's a lot cheaper. 19 cents it cost you. And then if you're in the legal industry, boy, $5.88. So you can see it's broken down by industry. Again, I would encourage you, and here's Facebook's over here. I would encourage you to find as targeted a click-through, a cost per click rate as you can for your business. Okay, so let's run through a quick example. Let's say you did a Google search ad, and then I'll show you how the formulas calculate, that you were going to get in front of 100,000 people. And I'm just going to use these average rates down here. So the click-through rate for, on average, for a search ad is 1.91%. The conversion rate, remember that conversion rate across all industries, 2.35. So what this is saying, if you can see here, we've done a Google search that we think we can get in front of 100,000 people, and based on the conversion rate, that should yield us 2,350 new customers. 2,350 new customers. Great. All right, and now how much do we spend on that? Okay, so then here's where we need to add our cost per click. And if we're adding our cost per click, we have it at $2.32 on average for Google. And here's the number we're really after, $1.89. So this customer acquisition cost for this ad, the way to understand this is it cost us $1.89 to attract a new customer with this process, right? So out of the 100,000 we were exposed to, we got 2,350 at a cost per click rate. We spent on average $1.89 to attract each one of these new customers. Okay? Let's go through another one. Let's say you did, I don't know, let's say we did a Facebook ad. No, you know what? Let's say we did another Google search. Why don't we do that? And this one was a smaller target, but the same click-through rate, the same conversion rate, right? We get our number of new customers, the same. Oh, you know what? I do want to try something different. I don't want to use the same example for you guys. That's no fun. Let us go to Facebook. I think I meant to do that in the first place. So let's say Facebook. So we have different metrics here, right? But the same conversion rate applies. It's still a search ad. We'll still do a search ad on Facebook. So 1.91. Same conversion rate, because again, we're just using industry averages. I want you to get more refined on that with your specific industry. So 470 new customers. And a click-through rate for, what did we say it was for Facebook? On average, $1.72. So if it's $1.72, that it costs us $1.40, which would make sense, right? Cost per click's cheaper at Facebook. Great. Let's add one more. Let's use Instagram. Let's say we got Instagram in front of 50,000 people, and let's say it was not a search ad, but a display ad. So that, the average click-through rate there, oops, to change that formula in the sheet, but that's at 0.35%. All right. Conversion rate, again, using the average, and since they're a Facebook product, same cost, 26 cents to attract these customers. So over time, you're going to be able to, if you fill this out and you religiously stay with it, you'll be able to see how much it's costing through each one of your various channels to acquire a new customer. And again, do that down here if you sent a value pack or put a radio ad or a television ad, right? What is it costing you? Obviously, it's going to cost more on television, but you're after you're exposing yourself to a larger market. So it's about volume versus cost, isn't it? So basically what we've just calculated on the sheet, and we would go on with our other marketing channels, but we have been exposed through our advertising mediums, which we chose Google, Facebook, and Instagram here, to 170,000 new potential customers. Of those, we acquired 3,995 for a customer acquisition cost per customer of 3.54. Next, we're going to get into the lifetime customer value and a customer analysis on the next sheet.